any of the accolades that we got along the way. It's that this Team 153, has inspired a future generation of Michigan baseball players to realize what the new standard of college baseball is all about, and inspired a believability that being a national champion is a reality. We were one game away from it. And so what the ripple effect of that and how that will impact recruiting and the growth of our program and the consistency that, could take place from here on, being a perennial Omaha contender, national championship contender, that's what is really exciting about this. It's tough to feel that excitement right now, but I think we'll start to feel it in the days and weeks and months ahead. But this is what we need. We needed something magical to happen to be the tipping point. And, there could also be some ignition with some young kids that were watching us on TV tonight, or some high school recruits, and, that they can get everything they want in their college baseball experience at Michigan, and inspire some youngsters that there's really good baseball played at the University of Michigan, and we can be one of the best programs in the country. And now we're on their radar, and that's what's cool about what this run has meant.
You seem to make a lot of new fans, Michigan fans that maybe weren't as invested in the program now. Could you notice that, and how special is that?
I think a run like this, what it is people get to see the personality of our team and get to see our players and get to meet them, and that doesn't happen unless you have something special like this happen, where the media is invested into the individual players and hearing the storylines. And we've got some unbelievable kids who have some great stories and some unique backgrounds and some awesome awesome way to tell their story, and that doesn't happen without this. The interest level has just peaked, and I think people are interested in our program because they're interested in our kids. Everyone who's watched has seen a style of play, and there's some attraction to it. It hopefully looked like a bunch of kids that were having a blast playing baseball, and it was reminiscent of them when they were little leaguers or out in the backyard. And that's one thing I really appreciate about this group is we knew that we needed to be loose and we needed to be tough and be aggressive and compete our butts off to make a run like this, and our guys did exactly that.
So you said the run was special. I guess what allowed it to be special? You guys snapped a lot of first since kind of droughts and things. I guess what was separate?
Well, it goes back to the leadership of this group and the consistency with which they operated their lives from the fall. I mean, you look at, in order to have a special team, you got to have special people and special teammates. And you got to be consistent. And this was a group that, we didn't have any off the field issues in the fall. We set a new team record for GPA, cumulative GPA over 3.0. I mean, not that I'm up here talking academics, but that matters when you got guys that are bought into being excellent in everything they do, and they understand that how you do anything is how you do everything, and so they want to be good at everything they do. So, they paid attention to all the details, and I think the game rewarded us for that. And everybody says they want to go to Omaha, but not everybody wants to put in the work that it really takes to get there. And these guys, that's another thing that's a legacy of this group, is they were willing to put in the work and do all the little things. And all of the returning players are going to remember just how hard it is, but every little detail, every little thing that it took in order to have this moment to be playing on the final day of the college baseball season.
What did you make of Carl's performance? I know there were a couple of calls that he wanted in that game, strikes that he thought he had.
No, I didn't think the calls had anything to do with it. I just thought Vanderbilt got 5 2-out RBIs tonight. I mean, we've been doing that all postseason, and they did it tonight. And that's what it takes to win games at this level on this stage. It's pitching, defense, and timely hitting. And, Unfortunately, we issued a couple too many free passes, especially with 2 outs, but then they capitalized and got the big 2-out hit. So it's a credit to them for, for extending those innings and finding a way. And we've been doing that for the last month to get to this point. And it just, unfortunately, you give a team like that with an offense like that free passes, they'll make you pay, and they made us pay. And we put a couple innings together that were scoring opportunities in the first. 3 hits, and it looks like we're about to have a huge inning, and then we have 3 strikeouts, and we get runners in scoring position, and we have 2 lineouts. So there's just some bad luck there, but that's the game. It just is what it is. So it just they just played better than us tonight, and that's why they're the champs.
I know you often discuss championships, Omaha, with your team, and in the fall, and you're kind of motivating them. I guess how rewarding is it to be able to provide, as you said, everything a college baseball player could want?
Yeah, I mean, Omaha is not a city to me. It's a way of life. I mean, Omaha can describe. You can say you got to give Omaha effort, and everyone in our program will know what that means. And I learned that from my coach, Keith Leclaire, a long time ago. And but now when we say Omaha effort, or we have an Omaha challenge, or whatever we do inside the fall, inside our program, it'll have different meaning to it this time. And they'll know what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm just proud of our guys. I mean, nobody feels good right now, but these guys are going to be celebrated every chance there is to celebrate a Michigan baseball team in the future. They're going to talk about Team 153 as the best team in the modern era. The 3rd best team in 153 years, but the best team in the modern era. That's pretty special.
What did you learn from this run? What did you pick up as a coach?
I learned that all of these experiences, all of the setbacks, all of the adversity, they're so valuable. We're not here on June 26th if we don't have those moments where we stumbled and fell and had the meltdown inning at Creighton and made the 5 errors at UCLA. All of those experiences of getting knocked down and then getting back up just calloused our mind and just gotten us to a point where, when you're talking about competing, there really is no finish line. I mean, even though tonight's the national championship, we win the national championship, but then we're moving on to Team 154 and talking about how we're going to climb the mountain again. So, when it comes to that, it's, I learned that we've got a bunch of relentless competitors, and I firmly believe that every guy that's wearing a Michigan uniform tonight is going to be extremely successful in life from those lessons they've learned just in the last month as well. Because you can apply all of that to whatever they do for the rest of their life, and it will help them.
As you kind of built this, from the program you inherited, I guess what were some of the most difficult parts? I mean, I think at times you might have been the only person that believed that could get this far. Yeah,
that's one of the limitations of our conference is sometimes we just think that everything lives and dies with winning the conference, and you sign up for college baseball. Omaha should be on your mind. This is the pinnacle. This is the mountaintop. And not that, winning the conference isn't important. It is. It's extremely important. But it's a step along the way. And that's what I think our guys now realize is, of course we want to win the Big Ten, but I don't think they firmly believed 7 years ago that doing this was something that could be in store for them. It was something more that you watched on TV and maybe fantasized about how cool that would be. And now it's a reality for our program. And so now that you taste it, you want to be back every year, and you do whatever it takes to make sure that you find ways to grow the program and get better and find your way back here.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.